What's going on, everybody? This is Tony from Record Roll Vinyl. This is my first video after the 6 boxes from that 700 record collection. And today I have 6 records here that I've bought within the last few weeks. I've been actually holding on to some of these for about a month or two just because I wanted to make this video and just kept getting delayed, so pretty eager to pop these open. These are all purchases that I made because I like these records. Specifically, these aren't collections. Sorry for the helicopter. Give it a second, I'll cut this out. Okay, so we're back. Helicopter's gone now. So as I was saying, these are 6 records that I've purchased recently that I've actually bought because I like these records. Some of them, a couple of them I had never listened to, but I saw them on eBay and they seemed like good deals, artists that I liked. So I just pulled the trigger on them. A couple other ones I specifically sought them out on either eBay. I think one of them I got from Target.com. So let's get it going. 6 records that I've recently purchased. Here's the first one. And at the end of the video, I'll talk about my most recent purchase that I actually made today. It'll probably be shipped within a couple days. Something that I would have never imagined I would have purchased, and I did today. It was quite expensive, but honestly, I found it cheaper than I expected, and I will be very happy when it gets here. All right, so this first record, this is something that I purchased because it's one of my favorite movies. It's actually more like classical music, but it's one of my favorite movies ever. And I finally pulled the trigger. It wasn't too cheap. It was, I think it came out to about $50, brand new. And it is Mel Gibson's Braveheart soundtrack. I remember this movie in 1994 when it first came out. One of the first movies I went to watch in the theater. I was probably in junior high at that time. And it was, to tell you that if you've seen Braveheart, you know those last few scenes are very emotional. And I was a kid and I didn't cry, but it was very something that I still remember. Love this movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, and I needed to get the vinyl. So Mel Gibson's Braveheart. It looks like it's a gatefold 2 LP. There we go. And the main song is the one that I'm really looking forward to. But I know the movie like the back of my hand, so I'm sure every song that'll come on, I'll remember the scenes from the movie. So again, Braveheart soundtrack. All right, let's go to number 2. All right, just by seeing who delivered this, I know what album this is, and I guess we're gonna continue with the soundtrack theme. I purchased this record off a guy that sells on eBay, but he also sells locally at Pasadena City, PCC, Pasadena City College Flea Market. It's a record sale that happens every first Sunday of the month, and his name is El Marchante. That's what he goes by. He's Venezuelan. He's an awesome guy. Oh, I just killed a mosquito. Disgusting. He's an awesome guy. I've bought from him before. I've met him in person. We actually have an interview down on one of our first YouTube videos with him. Super cool dude. Has a huge collection of records, and specifically imported from Venezuela. So this is the Rocky IV soundtrack, imported from Venezuela. This again, another one of my favorite movies. I think there's just something nostalgic about getting the records of your favorite movies. It just kind of brings back memories. The whole Rocky series is something that I really enjoy. Rocky IV specifically, growing up, I think that was the one that I knew the best, especially because of the training montage and the fight scenes. It was from the 80s, awesome movie. I like the whole Rocky series, 1 through 4 are my favorites, but this specific soundtrack, growing up in my teens and in my 20s, I couldn't tell you how many times I worked out to this. Not right now because I'm on a hiatus right now just because I've been lazy, but this soundtrack here is one of the best soundtracks to work out to. So Rocky IV. The cover looks really good. And the record super clean. Probably categorizes as excellent. And then all the songs are listed in Spanish. Like Burning is Quema. Razón está en fuego, Heart's on fire, Corazón está en fuego. So there was a few other ones that were in English, but something about this one that I just thought it'd be cool to own a Spanish imported version of Rocky IV. And the Rocky IV soundtrack, there's a bunch of different covers to it, different versions of it. And this one, I think this is the most iconic one. This is also the cover to the movie. All right, moving on. Record number 3. See what's in here. Feels a little heavier, so this might be a 2 LP. I know what I bought, but I can tell you that I kind of forgot because some of these purchases were made maybe a month or 2 ago. So let's see what this one is. Oh, so this I'm very excited about. This actually ties into what I said about the recent record purchase that I made today that I'm very excited about. It's an artist that I've just discovered. Yeah, everyone out there might be thinking like that I'm kind of dumb because I just barely heard of him, but it's an artist that I just barely discovered. I'm so into the music right now, and that artist is Townes Van Zandt. Townes Van Zandt is a country singer, country folk. It's just so stripped down and bare. This record, it's a live show that he did at a small bar. You can hear people in the background. You can hear them announcing that he's about to start. Talks about how the AC wasn't working, and then he plays, and it's just him and his guitar. That's it, bare bones. Awesome. This man is a great storyteller. Beautiful music, and I am very excited to spin this record. Let me show you a couple of the songs that I think are some of my favorites from here. This is basically, since it's a concert, a little bit of a greatest hits. We have Pancho and Lefty, which a lot of other country artists covered. We also have Fraternity Blues. Is pretty funny. This is a song that he talks about when he went to college and tried to join a fraternity. He doesn't even sing it. He talks it. He speaks it. It's almost like a spoken word. What else do we have here? We have For the Sake of the Song. Beautiful song. That one's awesome. Look that up. And my favorite of all of them is Waiting Around to Die. Awesome song. Tecumseh Valley is also great. A little story about Tecumseh Valley. This song here, when I first learned about Townes Van Zandt, I heard him the way he's playing here on this record, just stripped down bare. There's a movie called Heart-Worn Highways, and that's actually the record I purchased today. That Heart-Worn Highways, there's a bunch of country singers. David Allan Coe, there's Guy Clark, who I also just discovered, and he's amazing. Steve Earle, Townes Van Zandt. That record, it's a movie that they made. It's like a documentary. I have not seen the documentary yet because I can't find it, but as soon as I do, I will definitely be watching it. And most of the couple of the songs here are on that album. The Guy Clark songs are amazing as well. Those songs are stripped down. They're playing them with the guitar. That's it. Townes Van Zandt, when he first started, he was a bar singer. They found him, took him to Nashville, recorded his first record, and it was completely overproduced. They added all kinds of instruments. When you hear Tecumseh Valley on that record, I'm gonna say it's horrible compared to these versions. Also, Waiting Around to Die, this song is a little emotional, a little playful at the same time. When his bare bones is stripped down. When you hear it on his first record, again, it's a horrible version of it. So if you hear that record, you might think like, maybe I'm not into him too much. Listen to his stripped down stuff. Live at Old Quarter in Houston, Texas, Townes Van Zandt. This guy is awesome. One of my most recent discoveries for myself. Again, I'm not saying that many of you don't know him, but for myself, I just discovered him, and he is amazing. I couldn't tell you how many times I've actually just thrown my headphones, lay down, and fall asleep to his music. So very much looking forward to opening that one. All right, I'm getting eaten alive by the mosquitoes out here. So let's keep going. This is number 4 of 6. Okay, this is something a little different. There's actually two records in here. This first one, I bought it on the basis that I'm getting into jazz, and these two artists, I've heard of them before. I have a couple other records. I do like their music. Don't know anything about this record, but it's Palmieri and Jader. So Cal Jader and Eddie Palmieri. And I really don't know what to expect from this. I have not even listened to this on YouTube before. It was a very good deal. Album is super clean. Little bit of sleeve wear on one of the sides. Other than that, it is super clean. I think it was like a $4 or $5 record plus shipping, of course. So that's about 10 bucks. Split seam at the bottom. But I'm excited to hear this. This is the reason I actually bought this one, but it was the same seller on eBay, and he was doing a combined shipping. It is the Fania All Stars Live, the best of Hot Sweat. This is a 2 LP, and it just has a lot of amazing songs. I'm really into salsa if you watch any other videos, and I couldn't pass this up. Really clean, 2 LP. You got songs by Johnny Pacheco, Ray Barretto, Charlie Palmieri, like from the other record. You got Feliciano, Jose Fernandez, Ricardo Rey. A lot of really good songs. So really excited about this. I've seen some of their live videos on YouTube, and they're awesome. So excited about this one as well. All right, we got two more. Let's see where we're at. All right, let's see. Okay, this is another record that I've been wanting to get for a long time. I just hadn't pulled the trigger for whatever reason. But now again that I've been really listening to a lot of salsa and Cuban music, I just thought, why not? I had a little extra cash to spend from some sales that I had on eBay. And most of the stuff I buy on eBay is because I sell some records and I repurchase what I actually want to purchase with them. And this is a Buena Vista Social Club at Carnegie Hall. So this is from the movie, the Buena Vista Social Club documentary. I think it's Ray Cooder is his name. The guitarist went to Cuba to record an album. Didn't happen. So what he do? He started looking for all these Cuban artists that basically weren't recording anymore. But they were older gentlemen that were living on the island. Put them together. They recorded an album, and now it's stuff of legend. The main song is Chan Chan. Awesome song. So if you get to listen to that one, Buena Vista Social Club, Chan Chan. Awesome. Can't wait to hear this. This is a repress, of course, sealed, 2 LP. So very excited about this one. Last one. I already know which one this is, and this is the one that actually I'm the most excited about. This is one of the records that when I first started collecting was one of the records that I looked up and I could never find because they hadn't reprinted it. All the albums that were being on sale on eBay used were probably north of $100, if not a little bit less, but north of $100. So when I saw that they were repressing this and there was copies available, I jumped on it immediately. I saw someone on our Instagram post that they purchased it. I looked it up, found a copy before they sell out, and very excited about this. This is completely different from that music, so you'll see that I have very random musical tastes, but this is something from my childhood. 9 Inch Nails' Downward Spiral. This album I remember listening to when I was a teenager in the 90s, and it was something that was different to me because I did listen to a lot of, here in California, it was K-Rock station. They played a lot of rock, heavy rock. I like Marilyn Manson, Pearl Jam, Red Hot Chili Peppers, that type of stuff. 9 Inch Nails was different, but I really liked them. And my favorite songs from this record were, I'm gonna put them in order. It was Piggy, number 3, Closer, number 2, and my favorite one was Hurt. So Hurt, you might, if you don't know it by 9 Inch Nails, you know it from Johnny Cash. He did a cover song, and that was probably his most emblematic song before he passed away towards the end of his life. I think if you're not a 9 Inch Nails fan, a lot of people probably don't know that's a cover song. But Hurt is on this album. To me, it took me a long time to appreciate Johnny Cash's version because I liked this version so much. This is a version I first listened to, and I grew up with, and I used to play it all the time. Not with friends, of course, because Hurt is more of a personal song, but I used to love it. And it took me a long time to appreciate Johnny Cash's version. I now understand that his version is a little different. You know, he was older, his wife was, you know, I think she passed away shortly after they filmed that video, so I think there was a lot of emotion there knowing that he was close to the end. This one's a little different. It's very emotional also. You can hear the pain in Trent Reznor's voice. Trent Reznor is a genius, by the way. But this album, specifically for those 3 songs, I was looking for this album and I finally got it. So I am very, very happy about this. So there we go. That was 7 records, 6 boxes, but there were 7 records in there. This one, and let me hold up the Townes Van Zandt ones. Let me take it out of the plastic so when I do the cover shot it looks a little nicer. These 2 records are what I was most excited about in these new purchases. Townes Van Zandt and 9 Inch Nails. So there you go, just a little bit about my personal musical taste. Some of the other stuff in those boxes, definitely keeping a lot of those because I do like that music, but not everything's something that I would collect. A lot of that stuff is gonna get, again, where I'm having a yard sale this Saturday with a buddy of mine, a lot of that stuff's gonna get resold for probably a couple bucks a piece just to make some money back. But this type of stuff is what I really collect. So just a little view into my personal tastes. So I want to thank everybody who's been watching the videos. So I want to do a little shout out to some of my biggest fans, which are my 2 daughters. They're small and they love YouTube, so they watch their dad and they for whatever reason they like it. My nephew, my little nephew, every time I see him, he says Nino, he says, I watched your record videos and I subscribed. So big thank you to him and my niece as well. Anyone else who's been watching the videos, I hope you guys enjoy them. Please like and subscribe if you do. We try to put these out more often. The last week was a little busy. The other thing, one of my buddies suggested that, again, we're really far from this, but when we do get to 100 subscribers, I'll definitely do a giveaway. I got a lot of stuff there. We could pick something. I mean, it doesn't have to be something crazy value, but also it's not gonna be something super cheap. I mean, something decent. We'll do a giveaway, something that I may have a couple copies of. So keep supporting the channel. When we get to 100 subscribers, we'll do a giveaway. And I don't know how yet, but if I can get a list of those first 100 subscribers on YouTube somehow, then that giveaway will be from those 100 subscribers. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys. Tony, Record Roll Vinyl. You can find us on Instagram at record_roll_vinyl. And the YouTube here, my buddy Eder and Oscar, they'll be making some videos soon. I'm sure they will. We're gonna have a yard sale on Saturday. They will be here, so I'll do some recording there and maybe upload a video there so you guys could get to know them as well. Maybe ask them a little bit about their musical tastes, and we'll go from there. Bye guys, thank you. Peace out.